Hey wrestling fans, this is Rick from rickswrestlingblog.com. Hey, thanks for tuning into our video today. Hey, I want to talk a little bit about TNA. TNA has been putting on a pretty cool show with such a small staff, and I've been pretty impressed with it. And I tell you what, I love the fact that they have so many storylines going on. It's like they have every one of their wrestlers involved in a storyline somewhere. It's not that it's the greatest storyline, but they're involved in something. So when you see a match come up between these guys, then there's a reason to have that match, and it's leading into some. It's getting deeper into that storyline, and that's pretty cool. So somebody, whoever's writing for TNA, which I actually knew who it was, I just don't remember offhand, but this person is doing a really nice job. This person or this team is doing a really nice job at putting all these storylines together. There was a time where the WWE had multiple storylines going on together. In fact, I've got hang on a second. I've got a yeah, okay. I got a DVD right here. Let me open it up. Yeah, there was a time where Stone Cold Steve Austin had a battle with Shawn Michaels, but I mean, this was a war going on, right? I mean, they had storyline built up. There was a time where, look at that, Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie, which was Terry Funk against the New Age Outlaws. That was built up, okay? The Rock versus Ken Shamrock. That was built. I mean, I remember these matches. I remember watching them live on TV. I've got it recorded here, but Mark Merrill and Sable versus Goldust and Luna. Okay, Triple H versus Owen Hart. Taka Michinoku. Well, I don't even remember that guy's name anymore, and that probably doesn't even have a storyline. But Big Show versus Mankind here. Kane versus Triple H. Sable versus Tori. Can you guess what DVD I'm reading or what event I'm reading off? So hey, little trivia for you. Anyway, TNA's focus. I looked at all their storylines and I started writing these down because I was just curious, because I want to know, I want to compare that to WWE. I mean, I'm a huge WWE fan, but more and more I'm becoming a TNA fan because they're putting on a pretty good show. And, I look at this and I counted 12 storylines going on with TNA right now. I'm not going to read them all, but you've got Eric Young involved with MVP and the world title. You got Willow and Abyss against Magnus and Bram. You've got Anderson and Storm, Gunner, Samuel Shaw, Bully Ray and Dixie with Rockstar Spud and EC3, the Beautiful People, the Bromans, the Austin Aries. Bobby Roode is back. Oh, the Wolves. I mean, these guys all have storylines going on, and some of them are kind of mingling into a few others, but they all have something going on, which is great because you have your entire crew just involved. Whereas the WWE is only focusing on 2, 3, maybe 4 storylines. I mean, it's just not good. In fact, I started to compare it. So WWE, okay, they've got the world title situation going on. Okay, so Daniel Bryan, but before he got hurt, it was Daniel Bryan and Kane and Stephanie. They had that thing going on, right? You got the Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose. You've got the Roman Reigns with Triple H kind of thing going on, okay? And you also have Usos and the Wyatt family, Rowan and Harper. But, some of the smaller storylines that to me, don't really even matter. You got the Layla with Summer Rae and Fandango. Goldust, Stardust thing, what's really happening there, we don't know just yet. And a couple other tiny little ones that, see, I can't even remember them anymore. That's just how irrelevant they are. But I tell you what, you don't have storylines involving a lot of your big stars. Like, where's your storylines for John Cena? Where's your storyline for people like Cesaro or Adam Rose, who's your new guy, or Alberto Del Rio? Sheamus doesn't have anything going on. Randy Orton really doesn't have anything going on. What about Mark Henry? I haven't seen him. You got a lot of your top stars that really don't have a storyline going on, and it's pretty disappointing to see because if TNA had stars like this, if they have 12 storylines going on right now, you can bet they're using these stars, and the WWE just isn't. And it perplexes me. I don't know if their creative is just being dictated by someone else, or if there's only one person they can only handle so much, which I doubt that's the case. I don't know. Listen, with TNA, they've been doing great. I was questioning the MVP thing when he first joined because I thought, where's this going? I'll tell you what, it took a turn for the better when he turned heel. That was awesome. MVP turning heel, then having Lashley and having King with him. These guys have formed a great team. A great This is turned out to be really good. Slammiversary came around, and that was a great pay-per-view. Slammiversary was great, and if you haven't seen it, I recommend it. It had so many good matches in there, and I'll tell you what, the aftermath of that pay-per-view, the very first Thursday Impact, TNA Impact on that Thursday night, was awesome. I mean, yes, they took the title away from Eric Young. Lashley became the champion. I don't like the fact that they took it away from him so soon, but I just like the whole heel thing. He's just pulling and making everyone just angry and mad. I'm talking about MVP. He's got the world against him, and this is great. To me, you're carrying the company on your back right now by doing these things to make it more interesting, make it so that the fans really want to get in there and get involved and really want to hate you and really want to see Eric Young beat you and get that title back. And hey, I was not a fan of Eric Young becoming the champion, but I'll tell you what, after watching him wrestle for a few weeks, I really liked him as champion. In fact, I think he was one of the better champions they've had in a while. And when Lashley won the title, I was surprised. I really want to see Eric Young get that title back. And I want to see him defend that title and continue against this MVP thing. I'm excited about that. If TNA continues to put on matches, shows, pay-per-views of this caliber and keeps taking and having all these storylines going on and getting everybody involved, that makes me as a fan want to get involved. That makes me as a fan want to buy those pay-per-views and watch them. And, as of right now, I don't even know the matches for the next pay-per-view. I don't even know what the next pay-per-view is. But I'm pretty sure I'm buying it. That's how I feel already. So, if you haven't watched TNA, if you haven't watched any of the shows or pay-per-views, I recommend it. I think it's been a pretty entertaining show so far. So hoping the WWE can just wake up with their creative and actually mix things up a little bit more. When TNA didn't have enough tag teams, they would form a team, put them in there. There's no one in TNA that you can really consider a jobber. And that's the part that I think WWE completely misses. Because maybe this person will lose the match here, but when they get into their next battle, they'll win that match. Or they get into their next feud or rivalry, whatever, they'll win that. And so there's no one. They have so many. You got your top contenders, but it's hard to say how many are true mid-carders because they're all almost at the same caliber. And that's great because even your world champion will lose. And that's some good stuff. And I think if the WWE can just look at that and just kind of capture those ideas and how they're doing that, I think it'd be a great road to head down for WWE. You know what I mean? So, hey, listen, that's all I've got for you for today. Watch the video. I've got the full blog on my website if you want to read about it, but rickswrestlingblog.com. But that's all I have for now. So thanks for watching. Take care.